The purpose of this video is to show how to use the BIMTrack report, the online BIMTrack report, together with the Navisworks model. In this example, we're using Navisworks Freedom, which is a free version of Navisworks that anyone can download from the internet to view the model and view the clashes inside of the model. The BIMTrack is the online BIMTrack website. If you don't have access to that, let somebody on the project team know, and we can give you we can set you up on BIMTrack to have an account for that. This works best if you have two monitors, so you can have the BIMTrack website on one monitor and the Navisworks model on a second monitor. For this example, I'm going to use one monitor, so I'll be flipping back and forth between the two. But again, if you have two monitors, you'll definitely want to take advantage of that by having one on each monitor. So I'm going to start with BIMTrack. Once you've been invited to a project, when you log into BIMTrack online, you'll probably just see your project on the screen. Click on your project and it will bring you to this dashboard. Now what we want to look at is the list of the issues on the project. So over here on the left hand side, click on the word issues. And this says that currently there's 419 issues on the project. Now this is the grid view, which shows just a basic list of the issues and some of the information about them. Over here, if you want more of an expanded information, there's different versions of this list. So the middle button will now give you a thumbnail picture with just a basic description. If you go all the way over to the next one, it gives the thumbnail along with some more detailed information on that issue. So I'm going to keep it on this one for now, just because I like having a picture and information. Now, rather than trying to look at all 419 issues, what you want to do is take advantage of the filters for the project. So if I click on the filter button, there's all these different things that you can filter it by. You can filter it by who it's been assigned to, the priority, the zone, the group. So we're going to look at issue group. And these are the different clashes. So electrical fire protection would be all the clashes between the electrical system and the fire protection. Plumbing fire protection, clashes between plumbing and fire protection. So I'm going to pick the group structural and fire protection to give me a list of all of the clashes between the fire protection and structural. I'm also going to click on zone and pick level 1. So now it's only going to show me structural and fire protection clashes on level 1. And then under display, I want it to display all of them that there are on the project. I hit the apply button and it shows me 6 of them. There's 6 different places where fire protection is hitting structure as recorded in BIMTrack right now. So that's the BIMTrack. We're now going to jump to the model to see if you can actually let me continue on this. If we want to look at this one, this is clash number 415. It's at grid location H6 and it's level 1 of the building. If I click on this issue, it opens it up to give me a page where I can now add information to it. If I want to change the priority, if I want to make this a high priority clash, if I want to assign it to someone, I can do that on this page. Or if I just want to add notes or comments to this clash, I can do that here. But let's now jump into the model to take a look at this clash inside of the model. So you'll want to take note of this number. This is issue number 415. So now we jump into our Navisworks model. When you first open it, it should look something similar to this. There's 2 menu boxes that you'll want to use that will help out in identifying some of the clashes. The first one is your selection tree. So you'll want to click on the Home tab and then click on Selection Tree. And it should open up a menu box that looks like this. I like to anchor it over to the side of my screen, so I'll drag it over here and drop it to the side. The next one is a list of viewpoints. So click on your Viewpoint tab. And then down here there's a little arrow in the corner. Click on that arrow and it pops up your viewpoint box. This one I'm going to stick underneath my selection tree, so I'm going to drag it over here touch this bottom arrow and anchor it to the bottom of that. Alright, so my selection tree is a list of geometry that's inside of the model. All of these that are numbers are actually numbers of the clashes that correspond to the numbers in the clash report. So let me go back to that report. We were looking at issue number 415 that's on level 1. So in our model, one thing that we'll want to do is section the building to level 1. So under saved viewpoints, I always start with color equals scope because that kind of cleans up the transparencies and the colors of the model. So you want to click on that one first, color equals scope, and then I want to look at level 1 overhead. So I click on that and it sections the building to level 1 overhead. Now again, we wanted to look at issue 415, so I go in the list and I click on issue 415. Now under the viewpoint tab, there's an option here, zoom window, zoom selected. If I click on zoom selected, it's going to jump me right to that issue 415 in the model, and it's drawing a sphere around that issue. Over here on the toolbar is an orbit button. If I click on that, as I hold the left mouse button, I can now orbit around, I can scroll out, and I can see exactly where that issue is at in the model. And I see that that's the fire main crossing this beam and running into it. So now that I can see where that issue is at, I see that there is a little space underneath it for it to move down without impacting anyone else. So now I can go back to the report and I can say move fire protection under beam. This is, you don't have to add a note. If you want to add a note, something, add comments, this is where you do it. So I could say move fire protection under beam, hit post, and it's going to save that comment in there. If there's someone I can assign this to, I can click on assign to, and under this drop down list, I can assign it to a person on the project. And when I do that and I hit save, it's going to send them an email saying that this issue has been assigned to them. They can then filter the list by items that are assigned to them and know which things that they need to work on. They can read the comments that are assigned to them. They can add their own comments to it. But this is how you use BIMTrack to track these issues and log the information related to these issues. If I decide this is a pretty important clash, we really need this fixed soon, I can change the priority to maybe medium or maybe high. That way we can also filter the list by high priority issues to know that those are the ones that are the top priority that need to be worked on first. Alright, so that's using the number that's in BIMTrack to find an issue inside of the model. Now if you wanted to do that in reverse, if you were just looking at the model and then you came across an issue and you want to find that in BIMTrack, let's go through that process now. So again, I'm going to start with color equals scope. It's going to zoom us back out, bring us to the whole building again. Say I want to look at issues now on level 2 overhead. So down here under viewpoints, these are shortcuts to different slices of the building. I can look at the level 2 floor plan. If I do level 2 OH, that brings me to the level 2 overhead. Now I can fly into the model, and everywhere I see a sphere, I know that's a clash. So over here, looks like some plumbing pipes are running into the cable tray. I want to know what clash that is. So I can click on my home button and there's a selection arrow right there. Or you can pick the selection arrow up here, or there's a selection arrow over here. Kind of pick your preference, but pick that selection arrow, click on the smear for that clash, and it highlights down here, and you follow that tree up, and that's clash number 211 is what that clash represents. So now if I go back to my report, Right now it's still filtered to just these plumbing, fire protection and structural on level 1. So if I click this X, that's going to clear the report, or clear the filter, so now it's listing all 416 clashes again. We want to look at clash 211. So now I can go through here and look for 211. And that is this clash right here. I can open that up, add comments to it, change the priority, assign it to a person, and so forth. So again, two ways. You can either look at the clash on the report, pick the number on the side and say zoom select to jump to it, or you can just walk the model, and as you see clashes, use your arrow, click on the clash, see what that number is, 338, and then go back to your report and find the clash that way. And 338 would be this one right here. So those are the two ways to compare your clash report results with your model. Again, inside of the BIMTrack, I recommend using your filters to filter it by your groups, filter it by your zones, or filter it by people that it's assigned to, or even by priority to kind of minimize that list to make it a little bit more bearable. There's a couple other options over here. If you want to look at metrics, you can filter this by zone. This tells you how many clashes there are for each of the zones. I can go by group. This tells me how many clashes there are per each one of those groups. Right now there aren't any clashes assigned to anyone on this project, but if I clicked assign to, it would list those names and how many clashes are assigned to each of those people. So metrics is a good place just to kind of see. I can look at my priority. Right now they're all set to low, but you can look at some of those metrics. If you wanted to print these metrics or print a report, there's also a report button down here, and from that you have all of these different options that you want that you can display in your report. So you pick the things that you want displayed in the report, hit the print button, and it will print it to a PDF for you if you want a clash report. So that's BIMTrack. That's Navisworks Freedom. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call.